Try it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we come with New Sports once again. This time I've uploaded the videos. The pictures are all there. Now we bring you the bald-headed black man. Here he is, the man that the ladies call Sexual Chocolate. That's what they call him.
Nobody called
I heard him call you that. I said, what is that? What does that mean? That could be a lot of things.
You had to pay
melts in your mouth
$20 to clap for your.
Well, have you ever heard them call him Sexual Chocolate?
Nope, she's never heard it. I can guarantee you. And she's a trustworthy person. She will not lie.
T didn't want to hear it. She turned her head.
See,
she
that's
said,
what I'm saying. See,
I don't want to hear this. I don't hear about this chocolateness.
See, thank you, Turquoise. See, I don't worry about people not calling.
There's one kind of chocolate I know. It's Hershey's.
Okay, let me just.
I don't know sexual chocolate.
Okay. Okay. All right, I'm going. Welcome to the New Sports. There you go, you guys. I call this my photo of Let Us Pray. Now, I want you to look at this photo because we're going to talk about the Lakers and Mike D'Antoni's debut because it's the biggest story. Notice that everybody has a moment here. I'm rushing right into this because I didn't want Mario to keep going down that road of dirt and
I'm looking at Bernie Bickerstaff, you guys. But look at the curses, those you don't know.
Right.
This is Laker, longtime assistant, Bernie Bickerstaff, who's been the head coach.
That's right.
But look at this picture.
That's right. Hallelujah. He's got his hands on him. Hallelujah. I'm putting that praise on you. Notice that everybody, and what's the quote? Put your hands on my book and say defense. Now, of course, of course, somebody forgot to tell Mike.
That's right.
Defense is not FENCE. So here's the part that's happening. Yesterday, there was a squeaky clean win over Brooklyn, who's no joke. And we got somebody.
Let's give it up for Brooklyn.
Let's just give it up because I know TK for Brooklyn. I know she is.
Until we give New York a break for a day, not a season, not a season.
Wait a minute. Let me say this. Whatever's happening with Brooklyn, I imagine if they did have D. Howard, they would be formidable. But let's take that aside.
They say that about the Lakers. Are they formidable?
No, because it's a better story when you have new players coming together. It's a little different with the Lakers. It's okay, here you're acquiring another big man. So let's just say this. They've been scoring a lot of points with Bernie Bickerstaff until he had to change over the reins, and then they barely score, say, about 95 points. And barely won the game, and the defense of the Brooklyn Nets is no joke. So I have to give it to Jay-Z, that whole organization, the Barclays Center, they putting it down. I'm a new fan of Brooklyn, and they made it tight. I was more impressed how they played with the Lakers than the Lakers winning. So here's my question.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Let me just say this. This is going to be interesting because Turquoise has not been, unfortunately, availed to our terminology we have. We signed to topics. There are topics we range from, that we rate them. That if you ever want to get caught up in, Mari's going to start it off too. Mm-hmm. We call it ballin', big pimpin', let down, upset, whatever. When I say whatever, I thought about you. When I start doing those terms, I thought about Turquoise. I thought about her because she always goes, whatever.
I thought about spank that ass.
Right. All right. So that's wrong. So along with that, we have AARP when people are in the game too long. And the new one, which Mario just said, is called spank or spanked that ass. So yesterday, T.
Yes.
Who was you rooting for and why? And if so, who was balling more so to you in your eyes with the return and debut of the coach?
I just caught because I was actually working out yesterday. I caught the end of the Lakers game and what caught my attention. I've seen a lot of Kobe's interviews, and it's quite interesting, quite funny. But the talk at the end,
Kobe, you guys and Kobe again.
I know I'm not a Kobe fanatic, but his talk at the end and how he backed it up.
Okay,
that's it. To me, that's impressive because a lot of people talk and then they walk away and they hope that the person doesn't remember.
That's right.
But he talked. And he did both shots. It wasn't like one. It's like,
you loved it, didn't you?
Yeah, that. But for me, for any athlete,
you love that.
That's like hands down because there's nothing worse than a practice chant.
Right.
So
that was your. Now what you're saying? That's your. We call it balling is balling. Big pimping is when you just are like, I transition the ball, the game, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Was Kobe balling?
To me, yes, because whether you love him or hate him, whether you love the Lakers or hate the Lakers, with Kobe in particular, he backs it up.
Yeah.
Like he can talk the ish,
Right.
and he can back it up.
Right.
So I mean, it's almost like it's like Mayweather. Like you can love him or hate him, but
he's undefeated.
right.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't. It is what it is.
So here's the part that became your big story. Mike came back, but we didn't see Mike do anything that was obvious, I guess. 2, your big pimping moment, the moment, is Kobe, because the trash talking and that whole thing got me more than any other
Yeah.
moment,
Well-
because they tried. You can't talk to Kobe like that.
Yeah.
He's not going to back down.
Yeah, he's not gonna. And the thing too with Mike D'Antoni too is with any team, if it's a positive change or a change in general, and they're in the right direction, the team's gonna do well.
Right.
It's just like it's just like, you know, a girl who gets her hair done. Her step that day
Right.
is a little bit
It's
different.
good.
Or, you know, the first couple weeks of school, your grades are great. But then eventually, then you see, you know, that person's true character. They might go from, because everybody starts with 100 when they start school, but
True.
they might go from 100, stay at 100, or they might go down to the F.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the team progresses with the new coach after the newness, the honeymoon period is over.
Did you like what you saw on the floor with the Lakers?
I like what I saw on the floor, but again, it's a phenomenal team what they put together, and
Yeah.
of course they have a Canadian on there. So
There you go.
Yay!
There you go. Now, wait, this is it, because Mario always have a different perspective. And Mario, you know what I'm trying to relate this with. What was more the show? And I've already given my opinion, what I thought was more the show. What did you see out of it or came away with it with the debut of Mike D'Antoni? Where does it fit in your scale here?
I actually like it. Vic, you know, I always end up somehow lately being the more voice of reason when it comes to the Lakers. You know, I was, again, with Mike Brown, I like D'Antoni. I think it's a good fit. At least it appears to be. At least as good a fit. It's going to be difficult with a lot of people.
Right.
I also think that they're buying into it.
Right.
And I think that that's important. And I think that it makes me look forward to the season. So, Vic, to me, it's still a positive. Even though, you know, at the time everything went down, I didn't like the way things were handled, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a positive effect on the team, and I think that they are gelling behind it. And I think people are looking forward to seeing Steve Nash.
Yeah, I think everybody's waiting to see where it fits in, because they said there's got to be a change, because you can't have that team is not built to outrun other teams. They just can't compete at that level.
No, that's whatever that. But here's the thing: I loved seeing Dwight Howard and Pau Gasol on the floor at the same time.
You know,
I just loved that.
Now you know they say there have not been trade talks, but they've already speculated that they're to really maximize Mike D'Antoni's system. They're looking at receiving offers because they need outside shooting. Mike D'Antoni's penchant in Phoenix was he had great free throw shooters, great outside shooters, which the Lakers are not known
Yeah,
for.
I remember. Well, here we go again, because you know I'm always in the position of defending Pau Gasol again.
Yes.
I think he blends. I think he runs enough and well enough. I think it fits. I think it's good. Here's the thing. It may not be enough to beat the best people, everybody, but that's always the thing, right?
Right.
It may not be enough to beat LeBron and company. It may not be enough to beat Kevin Durant and company. And that's a given no matter who you have.
Right.
I think it's a way more formidable fight, even looking at it now,
Right.
than it was last year. And I think if you trade Pau Gasol, I said that before, underrated person. Don't trade him. He works well. I think that's powerful. You know what I liked about him is the fact that the Lakers can shift and throw 3 to 4 different groups of teams. Vic, they had like at least 4 sets I saw them run just based on the player combinations.
Right.
So they can really switch it up on you, huh?
Yes, they can.
They can go. I mean, that was a big jump to go from Dwight Howard and Pau Gasol
Right.
to switch to the other smaller team
Right.
that they were running. But but I've noticed they had all those sets though.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, wow, that's a lot of shift.
Yeah. I can't wait to see. You know, I was impressed. Okay, I'll say this. Where would you rate the game? What aspect would you give balling, whatever, big pimping, AR? What do you want to assign to it?
Balling, big pimping. I think they've proven that they're going to be a definite competitor. It will come down to who can exact their will. I don't buy into the fact that they're slower than other teams mean they definitely lose to them.
Right.
So I don't think that faster always means you're going to win.
Right.
It's,
True.
you make them play your game. And
Right.
and I'm not, I haven't been a Laker fan.
Right.
This is the most exciting Laker team for me
Right.
in recent times.
Well, here's the point. If you want to get a proof is in the pudding. The team that is almost the oldest team in the NBA has the biggest winning margin in the NBA, and they are called the New York Knickerbockers.
Really?
Knicks.
Wow, isn't that something you get? Well, like I said, it's how you do it, right?
Right.
Because remember, some of your greatest teams, you could not run against them, right?
Right.
They would slow you down.
Right.
You went from being a fast break team to no fast breaks.
Right.
You couldn't get a fast break in.
Right. Defense wins championships.
That's so there you go.
Yeah.
It has to do with the ability you have to exert your will.
Right.
Over those folks. But I say you guys, the Lakers, wow, that looks exciting as hell.
I would say this.
Meta looks like he's in the best shape of what?
Well, he is.
Jeez, he toned up and
But
pinned out.
Now, watch this, Mario. Now you're answering the question about last year, that they didn't get themselves prepared as well. Not the new players.
Individually.
Because you have to invest like the Michael Jordan, Kobe attitude. This year
And
around.
Kobe was hurt a little more
That's
than
right.
last year, too.
That's right.
No, there's a bunch of things. Individually, you see it collectively. You see it with the young folks on the team. Right. I just like it. I think LA folks, it's funny, Taquasi comes here from Canada.
Right.
Now she's in
Big
LA.
T dot.
And look, everybody's winning since you're here. You got the hockey championship. I mean, just look at all the stuff. All these championships.
She can't relate.
LA is
can't
just
even-
winning everything.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, with the Kings, I know you gonna take credit for the Kings.
Yeah, the
All right.
Kings.
Yeah, I know all day.
That's what I'm saying. So she came to town.
I actually covered when they won it.
That's right.
I was on the radio. I
Oh,
was
you
covering it. So.
didn't share it with
Kangs.
us because we're not at that level.
I mean, you have to follow me on Facebook and Twitter to figure out.
Follow you around the
I'm doing it on a
neighborhood.
regular basis.
That's right. I
You
love
get
it.
on Foursquare, you're gonna see.
She said, "You want this? You need to find me."
Yeah, you don't even need to ask.
I like
Everything is
that.
posted up there. It's no secrets.
No secrets.
No secrets.
I love it.
No
Okay,
secrets.
you guys. Here we're going to go. A second subject. We're going to move out here because I'm going to give you 3 of them. You guys tell me which one will fit the criteria that you're going to assign a term. I'm looking for spank that ass. I'm looking for spank that ass, balling, big pimping, let down. And I know there's some other terms there, but let's go to this first. I'm going to give you 3 choices, and you tell me what story you want to go with first. Number 1 is NCAA scoring record, 138 points for the Grinnell College Jack Taylor, who stuns everybody to the point that Kobe, Durant, everybody's going, unbelievable achievement when you score 138 points. Or
I don't care what level of basketball.
Wait a minute. Hold on, I have to give you the other choices.
Damn.
You got to pick which one you want.
Okay.
With this, you'll see the story in comparison with Will Chamberlain because he did 100 as a professional player, of course, or whatever. Danica Patrick divorcing her husband, huge.
Wow,
This
I
is
didn't hear
huge.
about that one.
This is huge.
Might have to tweet that.
But
Are they going to get some of that new free stuff? It's free.
right.
It's free. It's
Right.
free. It's
Hey.
free for all.
Hey, look, when
every
you're-
man for himself.
When I looked at the comments, yes, you have the traditional
I'ma get
haters
some,
about
I'ma
driving,
get some.
but there were more men talking about come and take a look at me, Danica. So she's on the market.
Yeah.
All right. So that
I
gives
see
you
those
something.
millionaire reality shows. It's all reality millionaire matchup.
That's wrong.
Millionaire matchmaker.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I mean.
Help the brother out. All right, and the last one for you football enthusiasts who are locally connected to USC, when the backup quarterback, says he's guaranteeing to upset and defeat number 1 Notre Dame. Notice that hand. Do that hand thing again. Okay, see, so this is wrong. See, you guys don't understand. BCS is big. Now, come on now.
I know. My Oregon Ducks lost last week.
That's right.
There you go.
I'm not
That's
saying
right.
anything. So what happened?
I follow them.
That's the
team
Oregon
I
lost,
follow.
so I'm hoping that
Stanford.
Yeah, I hope Stanford loses to. I think they're playing UCLA, so I
Yes.
hope they lose this weekend. Sorry,
That'll be a good one.
I'm hoping they lose
That'll
this
be good.
weekend so that my Oregon Ducks can.
Yes.
You know,
Hey,
I'll spank that ass.
since you made an exclamation, you mean to tell me, Taquasa, you'd rather talk about Danica Patrick divorcing her husband or the record-breaking score.
Well, the record-breaking score is quite interesting because it wasn't a big-time college. And what I don't know if this translates into basketball, but I was listening to Stephen A. Smith a couple days ago, and he was talking about how a lot of pro athletes come from smaller schools. They don't come from major schools. So this is interesting now. Okay, it's huge numbers. So
Right.
is this going to translate into something like NBA worthy?
Yeah,
So
you hit the nail on the head. Thank you. You said it better than I did.
Maybe not, but it doesn't even have to be, right?
No, it does. It doesn't.
Right,
But
it's
the
like
fact
it's
that
like
small
watching
school-
that little girl playing football who runs her ass off. You guys saw that video of
Yes,
her?
yeah.
I can't wait. She know what her favorite sport is?
What?
Soccer.
That too?
Now I can't wait to see her. I'm going to try to remember her name and watch her grow up and see how, because she's a phenomenal 9-year-old, right? I
Right.
mean, she's 9 years old. So some of them, even if it doesn't go on to be a pro career, because there are some famous ones who didn't. You still got. Let's give them some applause.
Yeah, go on and do that, man.
That's-
Give
that's-
us something. I think I love the video was unbelievable. It was
That's
inspiring.
just phenomenal.
And obviously she's not taking steroids. That's a good thing. All right, let's go over and find out we have to eliminate one of the subjects out of the three. You have Danica Patrick divorcing. You have the scoring record and the USC
Well, you
back and
take out
forth.
SC. For
I
sure.
knew
Throw
it.
that one out.
Oh my God!
Who cares?
And Mario's affiliation with SC right now. Some of the
But who
trustees
cares about
are
that?
looking at him, saying, "You are
Y'all got plenty of money.
Okay,
saying.
you're not following our. You went to this school.
I need some Tommy Trojans.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay, let me go on. So
Give
here
out
it
as
is.
gifts.
Now between the two, which one you think is going to? Let me go. I have to go with the guess because Mario, you are always
I'm
here.
with you. I'm just.
Now,
As
what
I
do
said,
you-
I'm curious.
What do you want to know? The scoring record.
I like the basketball. I mean, there's nothing. I haven't. This is news to me, so I have to research why the divorce is happening. Even if they
Same thing, sex and money.
It's
always one of those two.
Yeah, one of the
Or
things
both.
they haven't if they haven't given out any details. But I mean, obviously they got married for a reason. They were in love at one point, so this is sad. Nobody wants to hear that.
I can give you the initial, but it probably is deeper. For
she
her,
cheat on him or he cheat on her?
No, it's not what you think. See, the part is what the story may
She's
be.
lesbian.
Well, that may have
Cheat,
something to
the
do with
stats
it.
are high
That
for
may
cheating
some-
on both sides.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
they
not
are.
even cheating. You
They're
know what
almost
she's
equal
blaming
now.
it on?
What?
In print, she's blaming it on the idea that so much is being pulled. It's the parenting that's next to her, and it's pulling on different sides. And
parenting that's next to her?
the parents getting in the way. They don't have time. She can't breathe. So what
His
she's doing,
parents?
she's actually
the
going.
parents are being a parent.
Parents. The parents. When you go see the
Whose
story,
parents?
Her parents are
parents?
being a
her
parent.
His-
parents.
Oh.
It has a lot
Well,
to do
that's
with
why
it.
if you get married, your
Because-
parents shouldn't be involved.
See, but they are with her in everything.
Oh, like
which
their
is the best
management.
thing. So the problem is here's where I was going. Now I'm glad you picked this one.
Okay.
Now you understand. I know you guys are successful. I know Mario's successful, and I know Turquoise is successful.
Getting
But
there.
imagine
I take
your
my
career.
pill.
Now imagine your career right now, because this is the part where you're going to say you're going to give an award at some terminology.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine your parents while you're married are with you, which is personal and business, and it's like 24/7, and
Right.
you're up there. Is that an easy do for you, Turquoise? Come on now, think about it. 7 days a week now.
I was actually thinking about that's ironic. I was thinking about the other day, and it's just kind of like you. It's very rare. You're very lucky if you have a few people who are backing you, no matter what happens. And my mom is the one and only person that, no matter what's happened in my life, she's been behind me. So if this would probably never happen because she's not into that stuff. But if she was my manager, we just have to establish it according to, this today you're my mom and this just my manager. And if I'm gonna cuss you out, then you have to accept that because you're also my manager.
See, and I don't know if they're officially in that capacity of a manager. I think it's the whole part is more about proximity every day.
If they're
That's hard to do.
If they're not in any type of business position with her and they're just
are.
around her all the time, then they have to realize that. And I've learned this from my parents that once you get married, the rest of y'all need to step to the side.
So
Well,
that's
but
what she's
everybody
doing.
in different cultures. Remember now, Every culture, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way, but which one's more important, having your
Well,
wife or
yeah.
having your family?
Well, that's
and if that's not important, then you shouldn't get married.
there you go. And again, that varies from culture to culture, and actually person to person, right?
Right.
Because we all know people get married for different reasons. Some people used to get married just to get out the house.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
He said, I got to get out this house, man. Yes.
So okay. So let me
I
go.
do.
Turquoise, her decision to make this decision because you imagine that she's the number one as it relates to female and ad endorsements
Right.
for Old Daddy, and then you have a husband who also was there to help you because he's smart and he has his own business enterprise, an accounting firm, and some other things.
Right.
I think. So. Is she making the best move? Is this a big pimping move? Because she can go like, I'm going to back y'all all up. And I'm going to divorce my husband and create some distance. What does that say?
It really depends on the relationships. Marriages and divorces and why people do it so different now. Because people get divorced and then they're still, and 6 months later they're back together.
Right.
But they're
Still
not
gotta
getting
pay.
married again.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So the concept of marriage and divorce and why people do and why people don't do it so different that she might be divorcing him, but he might not. His position is still going to be the same.
Right.
So it's going to be an interesting scenario.
And it's mutual. So you guys both know they agreed it's mutual. It's not a war.
Right.
Mario, what do you think? Now, here's the thing. Is she big pimping? No one wants to assign a term. It's very hard. Is it whatever, big pimping? Something for the ladies because she says, I run this bitch. I'm sorry, I have to say that anyway. So
It's a
what is it?
letdown.
It's a letdown? Man,
Yeah,
I
It's sad to see anybody's stuff caved in.
yeah, but it just sounds like it's
Especially
a
when-
business move. So
Yeah.
you gotta do what you gotta
She
do.
had their children.
I don't think they have children. I didn't see anything that
Okay.
that they are having children. I can't imagine her having children with all that she has to do. And they're
All
traveling
she
all
has
the
to
time.
do is bend over.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. So it's a letdown, you guys. That's it. That's it. I'm not gonna cover no more sports.
Okay.
Cut for time here. We'll pick up. Congratulations to Jack Taylor, 138 points. If I gave Mario nobody defending him on the court in 2 extra quarters, he can score 75 points.
I can't score 75 points at all.
Look,
75. I can score 7 for an hour.
see, this is my point.
7 points.
That's cold. That's wrong, man. That's wrong. Thank you for that nice silent exit for New
I don't
Sports.
know what-
No, I love it. Leave it like that. Thank you.
That stuff's not working, man.
Thank you. Turquoise, just say wave goodbye to New Sports.
Ciao.
That's much better than what he was about to say. So you can always come back and end off the New Sports by doing your little wave, and I'll take that while he's trying to find the audio. Well, we ran out of time, Mario. You got to let that go.
Man, this should be like taking a mind of its own. That's like, like some demons being the equipment. Like, get out of there. Get out, Satan.
Here we go.
I cast you out, Satan.
Yep.
Be gone. We need some urban sports. Don't worry, everybody's safe. Here's some garlic.